Welcome to Saeed TV. This is the Straightjacket podcast 222. We're live. It's good to have you back, Nuruddin. What are you saying, man? What are you saying? International break is finally here. You know what's crazy here, Nuruddin, yeah? Is that
I've never waited for international break, so I much look forward to international break.
Bro, this is what's mad, you know. I've never ever waited for an international break as much as I've done today. Like, literally, I'm not even kidding. Normally, I'm like, boring international break. It's boring. But, bro, I'm mentally drained.
Facts.
Like, the amount of games I've gone to, like, listen, we have a privilege. We only live, like, 40 minutes away from Old Trafford.
I live, it takes me 12 minutes door to door on my bike.
Yeah.
From the stadium. You can walk there maybe half an hour.
Half an hour walk, you know what I mean, max. Yeah. But, bro, Nuruddin, bro, it's you know, today was like relief. I don't know if I'm like, I was like, what's the word I'm looking for? Celebrating the performance. It's almost like relief.
Just grateful to Marco Silva.
Yeah.
Grateful to Willian. Grateful to Mitrovic.
Yeah.
Birthday on Tuesday. That was the best birthday gift for a long time. You know, I've been going on about this for a long time. This game's more important to me than a shitty Europa League. You know how I feel about these Europa League games.
You in that Europa League, man. I'm telling you,
honestly,
we're going to win that.
Oh my God. Just to spite me. To spite me.
Yeah, just to spite you. Like the Carabao Cup we did.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly. But I love the FA Cup. FA Cup is what I grew up with, supporting Man United. The FA Cup is the oldest and the greatest cup competition in the world, bar none, mate. Nothing can touch that cup. For me, Man United, I've not won an FA Cup since Van Gaal. So for me, I love that trophy. I'm just one game away from a final, and Brighton have had an incredibly amazing season. But today, Saeed, the worst performance at Old Trafford this season for me, in all the games that I've gone to. I didn't go to a lot of the League Cup games. I didn't go to a lot of the...
I think there was another game for me that was worse.
I only went to one Europa League game this season. That was the Real Betis. Because I wanted to see the players after the Liverpool humiliation. I wanted to see what they had to say with their body language. So that's the only game that I've gone. But for me, it was the worst performance of the season.
You really think so?
Honestly. That first half, other than one player on that football pitch, Martinez, everybody else forgot to play with aggression, intensity.
Bro, you know what it is, yeah? I just feel like, I think everyone's maxed out, Nuruddin. I'll be really honest with you. Normally, I'm not a player to kind of talk about fatigue and injuries. Mate, they are mentally fatigued. Like Bruno Fernandes, what I saw today from him. And by the way, they've given him man of the match for the game.
That second half, to be fair, when he dropped to that, he was when he dropped to this number 6, he was.
But everyone picked up when you think about it. Like even Sancho picked up. A lot of the players picked up. That's how bad it was. It had to take. And you know, Paulinho still at the end. By the way, still at the end was bossing the field.
Of course,
that guy. He's a player that for me we have to go and get, guys. Paulinho, what a player!
Man of the match, wasn't he?
Man of the match, easily, man, easily.
Got announced in the stadium, and everybody was like, "Yeah."
100%.
To me, the man of the match for us was David De Gea, because if he doesn't keep out that Mitrovic header, then we're not coming back from 2-0. Sometimes you can tell the way we're playing, we might be unlucky, we can see 2 quick goals. It's Old Trafford shooting towards the Stretford, and we can come back. Today, if we went 2-0 down, we're not coming back. We're buried, mate.
Yeah, buried,
done.
Yeah, done. It just shows you, man, the fatigue.
But I'm going to ask you, though, do you think United have played worse half that this season, the games?
I think, there was a game, I think, was it Leeds home, first game at Old Trafford, home game? I think that was a very, very...
No, this season. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, Leeds at home.
Leeds at home, we came back from 2-0 down to 2-2.
No, but that was the second half, though. Second half we came back. Yeah. First half we were awful. You know what I mean? But the first half, I thought...
But I never thought we stood off Fulham.
I know, we let them play football.
Fulham came to Old Trafford and bopped us all over the park. Yeah. And even their centre-half, there was one moment for me towards the end of the first half where he had the whole, the whole centre circle to himself. Nobody within like 2 yards of the whole centre circle.
Yeah.
Their centre-half, the American guy.
Just literally at ease.
And Reed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The way they used him in the pocket on the right-hand side, they bullied us down that side.
Shaw had a shocking game for me. Obviously, he got the assist as well. But you know what it is, though? They had a week off, man, and it showed. I'm not making excuses, but listen, we'd be crying for a week off, Lord. You know what? I'm not going to lie to you guys, yeah? And the title of the video is today, yeah? Has this international break came at the right time?
100%, Saeed. Mentally, as fans, we're fatigued. Imagine if you're playing.
Yeah, it's true.
Imagine you're playing and then you're traveling as well. You travelled. You travelled. How fatigued were you?
Mate, fatigued. I swear, the FA Cup game, I was gone for 2 days. I was in hideout. I was like, I'm a bit of a zombie. Honestly, that was just the FA Cup. I shout to fans. He drove 100 miles an hour, and still, we got there in 2 hours. But you know what? Sometimes
you know what Saeed did? Looked out his curtains, went, not today. And then to come back down the next day, went, not today.
Not today, mate. Not today. But you know what it is though? Even the fans it's not as like loud anymore. You know what I mean? Like today was very good, quiet. I think there was even like Glazer chants. People couldn't get up to clap for the Glazers. You know what I mean? Make sure you know
get them out, get the Glazers out. Stand up if you want the Glazers out.
Yeah, stand up if you want the Glazers out.
Mate, everybody's fatigued. Listen, imagine if the supporters are fatigued. We're all fatigued. Saeed, you can hear it. I've lost my voice.
Lost Maguire, don't you?
Maguire.
You were part of Maguire. Honestly. By the way, let me tell you something. I've never seen a player get Leslie. Oh my God, you don't want to be next to Leslie.
If Lenny had a gun, she would have asked.
Is he alright? He's not been alright for the past 2 years.
Listen, we can laugh about this, but honestly, if I had 70,000 people coming after me,
but you know what's wrong with Maguire, guys? What's the thing about Maguire? He's unfazed. Bro, listen. He's like, what's going on? I'll do it again. Bro, this guy, his awareness, you have awareness. Like, this guy has zero awareness of what's around him. That's on the football pitch. But even the crowd are literally telling him, get the ball, move it quickly. He's like, I'll just take my time.
I've got lied to you. Coming to a place near you, Maguire and the football, in conversation with both of them. Should we go left? Should we go right? Oh, come here! Don't go too far. Yeah. Come here.
You know one thing about Maguire? He's actually a ball play centre back. But he's bro. When you see Lisandro Martinez next to you, you look like
you've never touched a football in your life before.
Titus Bramble.
You know what? I'm telling you, Titus Bramble used to be able to spray it. Sorry, Titus Bramble
back in his neck. That's why.
If you know FIFA generation. Titus Bramble, Premier League legend, mate.
Oh my God, man!
Maguire,
he's short. Like he can never ever, honestly, win the fans over. Like he is honestly. Done. You know. This is the match going fans, by the way. The online fans, they're done with him. Like the guys that watch it at home, you guys,
the
global fan base, you guys are done. But I tell you not, I kid you not. The fan base at Old Trafford, they've had enough.
No, the funny thing about it is that the fans at Old Trafford is historic. It's the way we've been brought up. You support every player who's got the shirt. You have a little moan, but you support everybody.
Do you remember Evans? When he played the ball back and then they got absolutely done over.
Yeah.
That's him now.
You know what? But Evans was an absolute baller.
I know.
Evans was an absolute baller. Johnny Evans was a baller. I swear to you, give me Mika Silvestre, give me Johnny Evans, give me even Smalling.
Smalling's doing that Roma.
Smalling.
Yeah. Smalling's doing that Roma.
Saeed, we got rid of Smalling and bought a guy that's, oh my God, I can't even tell you. Honestly, so first of all, you know what? The fans in the stadium, before the game kicks off, when Maguire is playing, everybody's on edge. Everybody's nervous.
On edge.
Everybody. You know what? When certain players are literally making the whole fan base edge, and that's it. Everyone's like, "Oh, Maguire's playing today. Oh my God!" You can see everybody. It's like they're not even greeting you. They're just like, "Maguire's playing today."
I seen Barbara, by the way, before the game.
Yeah, Babs. I saw her as well.
I said to her, Maguire, she went, "Oh no, oh no." The first thing she said to me, "Who's playing?" I said, "Yeah, Maguire." I said, "Oh no."
Listen,
you know what it is? Everyone just has a negative connotation towards Maguire. And listen, I said Harry Beckenbauer.
No, there was a time.
All this.
No, that's it isn't. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. There is a certain way that Harry Maguire can play. The style of football that Man United play now, the players that we have, that we bought this season and the style of play and the way that Ten Hag wants us to play, Harry Maguire they do not compute. No. They do not compute because he got a yellow card in that first half for absolutely nothing. He got turned by Mitrovic. He's holding the team for the physicality and he gets done and then he pushes the guy over. So then we know that Wan-Bissaka can't go fly up the pitch. You know what I mean? He can't. You know what? Because he hasn't got the pace, he hasn't got the recoveries. So to me, when Varane plays and Martinez plays, we leave 2 against 2 at the back. We squeeze the game, people. Yeah. We squeeze the game. The fullbacks go bombing on right forward. With Maguire, you can't do that. We are 20 yards, 25 yards more back.
More back, yeah.
More back.
The thing is, though, Nuruddin, Martinez needs to be careful though when he leaves Maguire like hanging.
Did you see him today in the first half? How many times he went into midfield to win the ball back? And Maguire,
making me exciting, man, no man.
And the gap between him and Maguire, like his vertical is like what 30 yards, 25 yards.
That's the only thing was why he did that is because Mitrovic is not quick. But if it was a quick striker. And this is Lisandro Martinez's only flaw for me. Only flaw is that sometimes he comes across
Saeed,
too
I love it, Saeed.
But I know it is. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a flaw that
all day. I'd rather concede goals when my centre half is being proactive and being aggressive and playing with intensity. Then concede where Maguire is just like laxy days. You don't even know where he is on the football pitch. Do you see Bruno then when the crowd Bruno's trying to calm him down, say Maguire, give me the ball. Don't go out past it. Don't dilly-dally. To me, there's nothing more worse than dilly-dallying on the football. Now, I understand, like, to be objective, to be fair to him, right, is that sometimes there's nobody showing for you in midfield. there's nobody showing for you in the number 10 role. There's nobody showing for you. So sometimes, because the players are tired, everybody's stagnated. So there's no movement for him to hit. There's nobody's giving him an angle. And to be fair to Fulham, the way they cut out the passing lanes, the way they were moving as a unit, like 2 blocks of 4, is brilliant. The way they were moving.
It is though,
and they can tell they're super well coached. Everybody tipped them to go down. I
didn't. I said they're gonna survive.
And what they've done is been something more sensational. But at the end of the day, they just imploded in 45 seconds. Saeed, I'm in line. It's clear as handball. I don't need to go to VAR. I don't need to check the screen. I don't need to do any of that. He literally went like that, right?
Yeah.
For the first time ever. Big up Anthony, by the way. Perfect pass into it because I'm thinking if he's going to hit it with his right, he's going to get it wrong. The ball's going to go to the goalkeeper. He literally sorted his feet out.
Good ball from Bruno to play him in.
Yeah, he sorted his feet out and then played a perfect pass.
And it's Sancho, I was thinking, Sancho, what are you doing?
You know what? It's the composed side. Because I'm in line.
In the penalty box, I don't think there's a more composed player than Sancho.
I'm Man United. Then maybe Martial used to be, or Martial. Well, when we used to see him. He's missing in action. We don't know where it is. Let us know in the comments, please. Find Martial. Honestly, the highest bit, you know what? Saeed will sort you out a prize. Straightjacket will sort you out a prize. Find Martial, please. Find him.
I wish I had 5 minutes with Martial.
Listen, report him. Saeed, honestly, don't even get me started. And I used to be the original German general of Martial FC, but he perfectly waited, and you know what? The time and the compose, the way he dropped his shoulder, and then the ball's going inside.
Yeah.
Literally, William. I'm like, what are you doing? That's that. Straight away, I screamed, penalty, red card.
But it's instinctive, you know, that point.
You know what? People forget. You know what? Of course, people forget that when you do handball it as a defending player, like when you handball it in the area, like it's a penalty and a red card. Anyway,
before you go to your red card and the whole malarkey, Willian today though at 35, bro. Is he going back? They see him going back and like stopping Rashford, like, or Bruno. He ran the show, man. At one game, he was man of the match, mate. The way, you know what gets me is how every single player at Old Trafford nowadays just allowed to go on the left and drift into midfield, and nobody's tackling him. Nobody's putting a foot. That's why Casemiro would have.
That's it. Casemiro. The thing about Casemiro, Saeed, is that to play in midfield, you have to be able to judge the distances.
Yeah.
You have to always be scanning, right? And tell other people. Casemiro, you see him shouting at times.
Yeah, of course.
You don't see it sometimes when you're watching it on television. But when you're in the stadium, even the ball reaches him positionally, he gets himself in brilliant positions and he's literally communicating with people so that to let him know. Wan-Bissaka, I thought, should have done a bit more to follow him, right? He tried, but the way he slows the gravity. The thing for me is that I think they missed an opportunity. there was a time, especially when we dropped Bruno back into midfield, there were spaces and places where he could have come inside instead of staying out wide.
Yep.
But I think they could have caused trouble because there was a couple of flick-ons that
Mitrovic and Pereira as well.
Yeah. But honestly,
but that red card changed the game for me. And you know what? We're lucky, you know.
What's Marco Silva doing? Hey? How can Marco Silva now tonight on the way back on the coach back to London? How can he ever go at Mitrovic when he's the one that's caused this?
Of course, yeah. He gave
Mitrovic does not lose his head. Yep. It's like literally, I can see directly. I'm looking at it. The referee's walked over to the monitor.
Yep.
Marco Silva comes. Yep. Gives it verbals. He gets a red card. Right. Mitrovic then says, "Hold my beer, boss." Let me show you. Go to the referee. Give us in the blow.
You can't touch a referee like that. You're out, mate. Get the penalty, and then United started to just kick alive. With 9 men, we just started to kick alive.
And then straight away from the kickoff, we won the ball back. I'm so happy for Sabitzer. I thought soon as Bruno went back with him, I thought the understanding, the levels changed.
Yeah.
Listen, Saeed, I'm not going to lie to you. Today was the worst game for Workhorse. But you know what? For the way that he's been running, Saeed, I'm going to give you a stat, guys. Get ready.
Yeah.
Get ready, people. Wout Workhorse has played more games since January than Martial has in the last 2 seasons at Old Trafford.
No. I don't believe that.
Look it up.
Nah, seriously, no.
I'm telling you, and today I'm not gonna lie.
That's a damning.
That is so damning. And you know what? Today, I thought that was his worst performance since he signed for Man United. Today, I think all of the busyness, everything that was about him, all of that energy, the energy that he brings into the game. Today he didn't have any of it. He didn't. He took a shot like he was on a treadmill. I know he runs like he's on a treadmill,
bro.
The shot.
I thought it was my grandma that took the shot. I genuinely, bro, and that wasn't. But you know it is no shot power, man. It's you know what it is though.
That's fatigue.
I get that. But the amount of damage and work that he's doing, and then he gets into the box. He has no sense of like. Bro, and you know what it was though? I can't for me come and blame.
No chance.
I didn't blame the guy who's not available.
He's done.
Where are you, mate?
Listen, he's done an incredible job for Man United.
Yeah.
Is he of the level of the quality that Man United need?
No.
No chance. Like the idea that Man United could have Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay, and Workhorse as a spine.
Start with Scott McTominay.
To try to be squad players challenging for a team that's challenging for
this the problem though.
No chance.
This is the problem now we have
chance.
though. We can't have squad players that turn into first teamers like them. You could have squad players that say no. Sabitzer might be a squad player. He could.
Yes,
he could be
he's competent.
You see what I mean?
He's competent. He does not make players around him play bad. He's not going to affect their games. He's not going to distract those players to help him. Yeah. So then their game goes missing.
You see what I mean now?
So for me, when I look at it, I think Workhorse today, he's been sensational. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been to games Old Trafford. Like I said, I missed a lot of the Europa League games, some of the League Cup games, but I've even gone to a lot of the League Cup games, to be fair as well. Yeah. But the Premier League games, the FA Cup games, the only ones that I've missed at home have been majority of the Europa League. I'm telling you now, Workhorse's energy has been absolutely...
We don't benefit from what we do.
He's been refreshing, phenomenal. We've always talked about it. How many times have I talked to Saeed and said, the way that Ten Hag wants to play, we need to have a player that drops in that hole. In that last third, drops in that hole, holds up the ball, links the play. We need that. But what he's done, he's become a pressing energy monster.
And even he's now.
Yeah, he went to the new camp and absolutely.
Why do you think now people like Fred and that are not playing anymore? Even they've gassed out a little bit because now they're not playing as well.
There's something wrong with Fred. He's either ill or injured. He's carrying an injury. That's why he's not.
I don't know what it is, man. But we have to carry McTominay now. I mean,
Saeed, you know what? Of all the times I've seen Scott McTominay have fantastic games. There's about 4 or 5 games in the season where he plays brilliant. Yeah.
Start the season.
And you know what? And mainly it's like you think the cup games because he's scored in a couple of cup games at Old Trafford, right? And today was the day. Oh my God, Saeed! In terms of what his performance was today, and just the basics. He's a guy who's not played, Saeed, since Casemiro's got into the team, right? I know that McTominay's had injuries, but I can't say you're fatigued, mate. I can't say that you're fatigued. You and Sabitzer. No excuses for being fatigued. No, Sabitzer was playing.
But you know what it is, though? I thought what he is though as a midfielder. You tell me his qualities as a midfielder.
Saeed, he's a he is not a number 6. He is absolutely. You know what? Now that we've had Casemiro, right? Now that the fans have seen, and now that we play in this system, Scott McTominay cannot play as a number 6 for this team.
No,
he can't.
So what does he do then?
And especially when he got Maguire. Now, if you had Varane, if we're up the pitch more, Saeed.
But I've seen him play with Varane.
But Saeed, I'm not lying to you now. To me, I can't see Man United winning any games with Maguire and Scott McTominay in the team.
Yeah, of course.
With a position both of them.
But let me ask you a question though. With United, McTominay in that midfield, regardless, it's never going to happen. For me, this summer, get rid of him, and it's time. United's story is done for me, man.
I don't think
you can't have him as a squad player. Because when you then rely on him to come on, he's not going to work anyway.
I'm being objective, right? It's not that they're bad players. The system that manager wants to play, the type of football the rest of the players have caught on to playing, those two guys cannot play that system. They cannot play that system. No. They can't. I'm telling you, they cannot play in that system. My eyes don't lie to me. Because when I see Varane, obviously not because of the level of quality of player, because he gets his attributes fit the system. His attributes fit the system. Casemiro attributes. Casemiro, I tell Saeed, he's slightly bit too slow at times even to play the way he want to play. But the way he judges the distances, right, between himself and what's going on in the midfield. No, that's what I'm saying to you. The know-how, the scanning, the organisation.
But what does McTominay make up for that though? This is what I'm trying to say. Scanning, passing.
I'm not going to lie to you. Scott McTominay is not a guy who plays. To me, he's a high box-to-box number 8. He's more up the pitch than he is back the pitch. He is disturbing back the pitch. Up the pitch, Scott McTominay. Listen, having pot shots. You know what I mean? Having pot shots, being good on the set pieces, Man United, headering balls away. That's what it is. To play, actually be a ball player, construct play, or take the ball.
What we say as a midfielder, and what you need as a midfielder, I just don't think he has the qualities, and that's again.
And you know what? There are teams that he'll be perfect for.
Yeah,
exactly.
100%. But I know. Look at Longstaff, the way he's doing right now. Yeah, he could be similar to Longstaff and do them sort. But again, that's in a team where it's a different style of play. It's a different way of playing. 100%. We have to control. Listen, I cannot. For me, if we're next season, this is where for me, Ten Hag will really, really disappoint me. If next season we're not controlling games, and also we just need Maguire, to control the games more better.
Workhorse, he's done an amazing, but he's not a Man United quality. Today we saw Saeed Mitrovic.
You know there was a start today.
Listen, Mitrovic. Honestly, I would take him. If Fulham, well, they're not going to go down, but if obviously they're going to rip you off to get him. Yeah. He's worth 40 million at the most, right? Mitrovic, yeah, because he ain't got pace.
Exactly.
But he's not pace. But he's the type of guy who's a squad player to bring him on in games.
But then he would say if they're playing in Europe season and whatnot.
No. But Saeed, I'm talking. He's the type of player for me who should be in Man United squad. He's the type of player.
The problem is though, with Man United's team, this is the problem. This is where United have got to be very careful. Is what player constitutes as a squad player and what player constitutes as a squad player going into the first team. Sabitzer is that kind of bracket there. Yeah. You have to get players that have ambitions of being a first team player. Yeah. If you have players in there who are saying, you know what, I'm alright here being here. Like, I'm sorry, that comes under Lindelof, that comes under McTominay, it comes under Harry Maguire, it comes under certain players where you're like, do you want to be a first team player? Do you want to be? And this is, when I found out today that it was only Sandro Martinez that was a permanent sign for Man United playing today. Look where you don't have Ericsson, where you don't have
Varane.
Varane, obviously we got him under Oli. But if you don't have Casemiro, you don't have Anthony starting, you don't have certain players, key elements of your team playing.
Back to Oli football.
Bro, and today was shades of like last season. Anxiety off the pitch, anxiety on the pitch.
And in the fans. I've not felt more anxiety in the fan base than I felt today.
But I think for me, United, if they're gonna stress this season on certain players, it's got to be midfielders. If they said to me, let's say for example, they only said to us one striker, but the rest of them has to be midfielders, and you don't strengthen anywhere else, I'd be happy with that, you know. I swear down. If you said to me, right, you could buy one striker, but the rest of them have to be free midfielders, I'd take that because we need a six
and a centre half.
I know we need a centre half, but midfield is key, man. We need midfielders, man. I'm sick and tired of people bossing our midfield.
Facts.
And then us doing an counter on a transition. Yes, Ten Hag's project isn't over and it's still, but I just want us to control games. I want us to be like, you know what? Get the ball off us. Ole. I want us to say, you know what? Can you get the ball off us? Can you? I want it to make you feel like you've sweated. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like we're not sweating because we're just sitting off them and thinking, oh man, I like the count, I like the transition, but come on, man, let's have that control. I think that has to be the aim this summer. Go and get me a Barella. Go and get me a whoever's in that midfield.
Just intensity and aggression.
Aggression. Win that ball.
How many? You know, for the first 60 minutes today, I can't honestly. I don't remember. I think we won twice. I think in the 50-50s, the second balls.
Well, there you
we
go.
won it twice, right? Majority of the time, Manchester United were like a person who just started a job shadowing the manager.
Yeah.
Like we were just shadowing players. Literally giving people 10 5-yard spaces and shadowing them. Just like, all right, you got the ball, I'm gonna walk this way with you. And that's what we were doing. Honestly, it was like the first day of a job where you just first week at a job or 2 weeks at a job where you're shadowing people to learn. That's what Man United players were doing for an hour today. And yes, Saeed, I talked about this. That's why people come and go, Mr. Negative, you're negative. This is what I was talking about, Saeed. This is what I was talking about. It's not that I want to get out the Europa League per se, people. It's the travelling. Wow. Saeed, look, he went to London and back. 2 days, see you later. He went to Wembley. There's a fan emotionally takes it out of you travelling. He didn't even bloody drive. He was sat on the passenger.
I'll sleep as well.
You know what? You know what I mean? I mean, whatever he's having, you know what I mean? Cup of tea at the back there, stepping up, relaxing, chilling out.
Andy stories and that.
Yeah, you know I mean? Having a snore at the back, right? It's the travelling. When you go on a plane and you're flying to places and then you fly back. Now, and people go, oh, what's the difference between... Because I'm like, Thursday and Sunday seem like more closer together than that. Because on a Wednesday, because sometimes you'll play on a Saturday. So you fly back, Champions League, because you have to have the squad. And when people say to me, but what's the difference between Wednesday and Tuesday in the Champions League? You know what it is? Man United, hopefully then we'll have a squad. Because at this moment in time, we don't have the strength.
You know what it is though?
You know Fergie, he realised that when Man United were back to back in the Champions League all the time.
Four strikers, man.
You know what? Sometimes he's changed the whole defence, 5 changes in the game, 6 changes in the game.
But the thing is though, that was quality though.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. And that strength and depth and the quality is not there. So when all of you are that's what I am, right? When you keep saying that, I'm been warning you because I've seen this play out before. Saeed, I'm going to ask you the question now. Newcastle away.
I don't even know the fixtures now.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now because you know what, Saeed?
I'll find out.
Saeed, I know it like it's the prayers. So now I know it like it's ingrained in me, the fixtures. So Man United, I've got Newcastle, Brentford, Everton. Then we go to Brighton, right?
No, we don't. Brighton got postponed.
Okay, Brighton got Newcastle, Everton, Brentford, Everton, Sevilla, Forest.
And then obviously it'll be Sevilla again.
And then Brighton.
And then Brighton, yeah.
But Brighton in the FA Cup.
Brighton in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And then Chelsea's going to be moved, obviously.
Okay, yeah. But Saeed, I'm not going to lie to you.
After that, oh my God, man. This, you know what? There's this crazy start of, we play 13 midweek games in a row. We've had we've played the most games, yeah.
Anywhere in top 5 leagues in Europe.
Even the whole of April, we're playing 3 games a week. You know what? I'm not kind of emotionally drained right now. I don't even want to think of that. Like this break for me, it's come at the perfect time. Like 100%. It's not even a time to kind of celebrate. It's a time to just relax. Everybody
switch off.
The players switch off. But yo, listen, Rashford was knackered today. Honestly, I don't know what you thought.
Bruno's what's that? Bruno
dragged himself out in there.
But I'll go back to my question. Those 3 games without Casemiro.
Oh, Newcastle as well.
So who are you picking in midfield? To me, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to pack out the midfield. I'm playing Bruno, Sabitzer and Fred.
But he's not going to do that because he's got physicality in there.
No,
Ten Hag, man.
Listen, Saeed, I'm not going to lie to you. No, in the pivot, I'm not going to lie to you. In the pivot, it's going to be Fred and Sabitzer. I don't want McTominay. I want Sabitzer as the number 6, yeah? But
especially when you got physical midfield in there.
I want Fred to be pressing. Yeah, listen, Fred to be pressing. I need Fred's energies to be back. I hope whatever illness or injury he's got, I hope he recovers because he's not being picked for Brazil. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Brazil. He's not being picked for Brazil.
Has he not?
He's not being picked for Brazil, so brilliant. Rest, recuperate. I wouldn't even, honestly, I would get him to go on a little holiday break with his family, just switch off, totally switch off. So
hopefully Eriksen's back as well.
Listen,
although people that were saying Eriksen is rubbish,
I don't know.
Remember you know what it is here? Shame on you.
Shame on you. Between 50 minutes, 60 minutes, though.
Even you can shame on you.
50, 60 minutes, shame on you
for disrespecting Eriksen. You will love Eriksen in his team right now. Shame on you and shame on you guys here for disrespecting Eriksen.
I'm sorry. Bring me that Eriksen that was gassing out in the 50th minute. I'll take it. I leave the ball around.
Listen, I'm telling you. You know what? I take one leg of Eriksen. That's why I'm down. Over McTominay's. Honestly, man, I take one leg of Eriksen for that one pass here. That McTominay time. You know what he does, McTominay? They don't watch it. That's what McTominay does. She hides behind two players.
There we go.
Oh my God!
Listen,
Eriksen.
Some people say, listen. You know what? To be objective, some people reckon that he basically There's not the hiding, it's the tactic of the manager, because the manager knows he's not good enough to get on the ball in that moment, and he needs to.
But he does. You know what happens here? Lisandro Martinez is asking for people, and then Maguire is asking. McTominay's I don't want it. Not to me. And then it's like, bro,
anybody but me.
And that's the problem today, though. Like, he was excited to the point where nobody wanted the ball. But Eriksen, for me, if he comes back,
know what? I'm not lying to you. You know what? You know how last season, that first half I was going through, you don't understand people. I've lost my voice. I was going through the motions of like the PTSD from last year were coming back the years before. I know exactly. The PTSD where nobody wanted the ball. Everybody was treating the ball like it was hot potato. We were losing every 50-50. And that, but Saeed, so who's your midfield? For me, do you see Bruno? Listen, Bruno dropping. To me, I'd rather take Bruno. I'd rather take Bruno as the number. I'm not going to lie to you. Bruno as the number 6, because at least, listen, he gives the ball away.
Number 8.
But you know what? No. As because he dropped the deeper.
The double pivot.
Yeah, the double pivot. Yeah, I'd rather take that. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. I'd
rather have that than him play on the wings, man. It's not effective.
To me, I'd rather have that because
the way he's giving the ball away, man.
Listen,
no, but there's a fine line between giving
high risk, high reward, right?
No, but I get that. But at the same time,
he's played more
he's
football.
Mentally fatigued.
He's played more football than anybody else in world football. In Europe, anyway, in top professional leagues, anyway. Yeah. Nobody has played more minutes.
He's mentally fatigued, though. He's
mentally
out.
Fatigued.
His body's
mentally.
But then again, the Portugal manager's going to play him, though. That's the problem, and this is the issue.
Who's it? Oh my God! Who's the Portuguese new manager?
It's
Martinez.
Oh my! And he's going to be one.
How did he get that job, mate?
Listen.
I swear to God. Listen, I'm going to do a United Real Therapy. I'm going to do international. To me, that's the biggest head gun. What are the Portuguese thinking? What are they?
You know what it is though? International football. Maybe it's just because the way they operate, the way they do things. They like a manager who's in that field. You can't get a club man and then turn him to international man. You've got to have that transition. He's just got tournament experience, and maybe you think because they went to the semi-final with Belgium, they think, you know what, he can give us that extra edge. But listen, but for me, just going back to Eriksen, man, I just miss his overall passing ability. But you know that's sad, you know, that we're having to rely on
a 31-year-old.
On a 31-year-old who's free, who is probably not at his peak, but still can do a job.
But for 50 minutes, he'll do a job for you. 50 minutes, he'll do a job for you. And then
that's the reality of where Man United are now.
Yeah, he gasses out.
I'm not going to lie to you.
And you know what? We're begging because we're that bare in midfield, people.
You know Ten Hag here? He's going to obviously want to focus on every single thing here. But, you know the Premier League here? Be honest, like, are you worried about the Premier League in terms of the top 4?
100%.
You know what it is here? It's like, 100%. I think United...
I'm looking at those 3 games. I'm just asking you now. That's why I'm asking you who should play in midfield in those 3 games.
The thing is, you've got to think about Sevilla. You've got to think about who we got in midweek. Yeah, you've got to think about the teams there.
No, sorry, but to me, I'm talking about the league games in terms of percent. That's why I said get out.
But the rotation, there's no rotation. There's no rotation.
I've said to you, the reason why I want to get out of the Europa League is because of the.
But you're not going to get out of the Europa League just by getting out. We're going to beat Sevilla because Sevilla. Don't get me wrong, they're a good team and whatnot. But listen, for me, you've got 2 games. Midweek got Brentford. So if you go Newcastle, win that game, which I think is going to be a tough game, by the way. Sunday coming back, they'll have fresh players. They're all going to Saudi to relax and whatnot and do whatever they need to do. But they've got a better midfielder. When you actually deep it, Guimaraes is, you know,
if Guimaraes and those boys get hold of our midfield,
this is the issue. You know what I mean? And this is why...
That's why we've got to match them and play Bruno in a double pivot. I'm sorry. We have to do that.
So the midfielders we've got available, And by the way, man, you know, it would have been good to kind of get some academy players in there, but he doesn't rate Iqbal for some reason.
That's a mystery as well, by the way. It's not not saying he just personally thinks that he's not ready. The thing about the
problem is though, why do Man City and Liverpool use their academy players better than us?
Because in terms of the way they're integrated, those managers have been there for a long time. Those managers have been there.
But then also, Basic has just come out of nowhere, and he's playing in that midfield role well. So it has been amazing since he's come out. Look at Rico Lewis for Man City goes into playing in midfield.
But listen, that player for us is Garnacho. He doesn't have to be a midfield player. The breakout guy, the breakout star for us this season.
Garnacho, yeah, I get that.
And look what happened to him, mate.
But surely Kobe Mino and that can get a bit. I know it's risky because you're putting him in there, but I think overall, if there's one thing I would say about,
I'm not going to lie to you though. I would have Kobe Manu more than I would have Scott McTominay or Fred in that midfield. That's just me.
You know, the thing is though, the only thing that I have with Ten Hag maybe is that he hasn't integrated them a bit better.
Listen, look at the man. He's been here for what, 8 months now?
Yeah, right? I get it. I don't know. I'm not trying to say.
Listen, he's been here 8 months. Listen, he's been here 8 months, right? And it is the way he is. He's playing players who he thinks he trusts. Yeah. And the players who's been on the bench waiting, like McTominay, regardless what we say, people as fans in it, the way he thinks that McTominay's been a consummate professional, not a moan out of him. Maguire, not a moan out of him. Yeah. So when the squad's down, bare down to the bones, I've got I've got to play you, because that's what he's been telling him. You'll get your chance. You get that, because that's what managers do. Managers have to manage Saeed. Different egos, personalities, and reward players as well. And so if he was then to play the couple of youngsters that were not fully integrated in the way he plays, the thing what tells me about Iqbal is that I think he's giving Iqbal instructions to play in a certain way on the under 23s, and he's saying, "Show me that. Let me see the videos. Can you do this?" He doesn't trust him. He doesn't think he's ready. I think that's what it is.
But again,
and the crazy thing about it, Manu's gone up in the pecking order. Manu's gone up.
Is Iqbal playing in the 23s?
Yeah, he's playing regularly. Yeah,
regularly.
Yeah.
By the way, academies, you know, I mean, we got battered today. By the way, Man City beat us 6-0 in our academy. That needs sorting out. At least, but it just shows you.
But you know what? But the first thing can't talk, because at least they had 10 men. So
yeah, well, 10 men. Yeah, but again, that's another thing that the Qataris have got to sort out as well. You know, if they come or whoever comes in, we've got an academy. We need to use that academy, because Man City are using their academy well. We need to use that academy well, so that when we do go through injury crises, we got something to come for, and we got something to kind of, you know, go and look ahead. But I feel like for me, this international break has come at the right time, because now we're exposed. But there's a lot to look forward to, though, man. It's going to be a crazy, fascinating.
So Ian, I'm not lying to you, right? There's this little voice in my head. Negative FC, negative coming after me. Get typing. He's our negative. Get typing, because I'm gonna say it. The season can implode, you know. All because, honestly, Saeed,
we scared of it or something?
I'm scared of it. There's this nagging thing in my back of my head that the season can explode, because, like, we could have done, even with Casemiro in, it would have been a tough ask, Saeed, for the finish. But with Casemiro, 3 more games.
Yeah, three more games.
So what?
I think it's
Newcastle, Brentford, they're hard games. See the way they're playing.
Yeah.
To me, this season, the 3 top teams that have been phenomenal, and we're playing them. We've got to play one of them twice.
Yeah,
it's been Brighton, Brentford, Fulham. They have been sensational.
We've got Fulham again, you know, at the end of the season.
Absolutely. Listen, go and check out United Real Therapy. I said that last night. I talk about them in a bit of detail. Those 3 teams have been incredibly sensational, right? Yeah. And for me, I just like, we've got to play Brentford and Brighton twice.
But the thing is, obviously, you got Newcastle, then you got Brentford. Newcastle now look a bit resurgent now, playing once a week.
And now all of a sudden finding back.
All the people that we're playing now as well, by the way, have got 1 game a week. That's the difference in it. You know what I mean? They can literally.
We're travelling.
And we're travelling now. And again, people can say it's excuses, but I'll tell you what, man. It's got to the point now where there's excuses, but there's
and there's reality. What you see with your own eyes, your eyes don't lie to you. The burnout is real, and that's what I'm afraid of. It's a warning to everybody. Straightjacket podcast audience, I always speak my mind. That today, sitting in that game, my palms are sweating, my nails are all gone. I'm thinking it's a derailment of the season. This where it is gone. I think Europa League. Because listen, I would be happy to take the Europa League if Man United had a better squad, better quality and squad in depth, and manager was making changes. I don't care what competition we're in, but unfortunately,
But this is the fine line of winning and second best. For me, I want to win the Europa League because of what it means. You know what I mean? And if it means we win it, I'm for competition, Nordin. Again, top four's top four, but look at everyone else there, Paul. Look at the way Tottenham are playing. Conte's calling people out.
We were by the way, listen, we were this close away. He's wearing a wig. He's wearing a wig. Conte's gonna cry. He's gonna cry in a minute. He's gonna cry in a minute. He's gonna. Saeed, you remember Straightjacket podcast? You see me bullying me, eh? Vindicated again. Changed my name from Structure to Mr. Vindicator. I'm telling you, I talked about what Man United are going through now. Did I think that we were Miss Casemiro for 7 games of the season? No, I didn't. But I'm telling you that what we saw today, what me and Saeed and the rest of us in Old Trafford were watching, the camera follows the ball. We're watching the whole player's body language. We're seeing everything, the whole picture. When the ball's down the other side, me and Saeed and everybody's watching what's going on in the midfield, how's the organisation. Everybody's fatigued, done. We got bullied by Fulham. Yeah. They've had a sensational season.
Yep.
Thank God for the
But you know what though? Imagine Conte in this position. He would have been moaning. He would have been flipping. He would have just thrown the towels out.
And have you noticed in the last month, Erik ten Hag, since the Liverpool game, other than that, he's been every press conference. He's literally coming out saying the players, the character, they've done amazing because he knows that when he's speaking to the players, he's speaking to us.
Speaking to us,
he ain't speaking to us. He's speaking to the players. He's basically saying, guys, I know the tank's empty. The tank's empty, but I gotta let the fans. And then he's not talking about it amount of games. There was about a month ago he started mentioning saying we're playing more football than anybody else. But now he's just like character. We have to show the fitness. We have to show the fight. Fitness, we have to show this.
Yep.
You know what? Because he knows the tank is empty. It's done. Yep. So I ask another question. What does Ten Hag need to evaluate now for the last running in this?
For me, he's got to use the squad a little bit better in a sense of, you know what I mean, he's got to trust certain players. That I know it sounds crazy, but you know what I mean.
Maguire and McTominay.
Let me ask you a question, yeah. Would you put Lindelof in midfield?
Yeah.
Would you try it?
I will try it. Yeah. You know what? If Varane's fit, I'm not going to lie to you. I'll try Martinez. Because today
that's one thing I want to ask you. Yeah. Why don't we try Martinez in midfield?
If Varane's fit, get Malacia, especially some of the home games. I will try Malacia left back, Shaw next to Varane, and Martinez in midfield.
Yeah. But again, the manager's so glued, so kind of fixated.
You know no, it's not that.
On the way Martinez plays out for the back.
Yeah, and that's it. And this is it. This is so key to Man United.
This is the difference between us saying, you know what, let's try this. No. When the manager has a clear identity,
principle, like he talks about it. Yeah. The principles of play.
Yeah. The principle of play. Principle of what we do.
And he's the key. He is the key player.
Yeah, the key player to what we do. And it's scary. We didn't buy him here. We bought, let's say, I don't know. Timber.
Oh my God, sorry.
Listen,
Timber, thank you so much. Yeah. Timber, thank you so much. Between you and Bengal, between you and Bengal, whatever you did, I don't know how to say thank you in Dutch, but thank,
yeah.
Thank.
Yeah. I don't know if it's danke or
thank or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But you know what?
To me, honestly, Saeed, he is sensational. He was the only outfield player today that was like, nah, forget fatigue. Forget I'm mentally tired. Forget. There was one moment he allowed himself to be human. And he allowed himself, and Reed bullied him when the ball was over. He misjudged the ball, innit? And he didn't know where the player was. Of course. He was just where Reed was. By the way, he was a brilliant player for Fulham today, Reed.
Yeah, Reed.
That ginger.
Yeah.
Listen, brilliant. Was everywhere.
A couple of players I'd taken there. The left back as well.
Honestly, listen, everywhere. But I'll say to you, that was the only moment's error that he made in the game today. And you know what? After that, what he did to Mitrovic is basically, imagine like, if you've got any of you've got kids, like your kids like 7, 8-year-old, that height, 9-year-old, that height, and me, 6'4". That's how Mitrovic, Martinez, and in a 50-50, Mitrovic's got the ball on the left-hand side. Martinez bodied him.
I know.
Bodied him. Get off the ball. Get off. Honestly, best outfield player today for Man United was by absolute Martinez. David De Gea though.
Numero uno. You know what it is here, David De Gea? The more you say you don't want him, the more you need him. Man United still need David De Gea, whether you like it or not. There's people out there that don't want David De Gea.
FC, I swear.
You know what I said to you, Nordin?
That man has bailed us out more times.
This especially is why I always respect him.
Especially at home, mate.
That's what I'm saying. When United, the thing is with Man United, yeah, I always said it. This keeper position is so key. If United want to if you get this wrong, you're set back for another couple of years.
We remember when we got it wrong.
There you go. Barthez was wrong.
Carroll, the Italian guy.
Taimi or something like that. Tim Howard. We've had Schmeichel, crazy keeper. We've had Van der Sar and David De Gea. We've had 3 long-term keepers who have been, you would say, successful at Man United.
Yeah.
You go and get this next keeper, you get it wrong. Why? Because when you make a mistake, it's going to be
wearing the shirt as well. Wearing a shirt of Manchester United is front and back page, mate. Yeah. We're that club. We are that club. Listen, that's why when people come out like against Garnacho, the biggest thing I've been so impressed about this kid.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm wearing a shirt. I feel comfortable. I belong here.
Yeah.
Do you know the gap between under 23 football, youth football, under 18 youth football, under 23 and Premier League?
Premier League, it's crazy. Night and day.
Listen, that's why when people go that he's a Man United player, that's what it means.
Yeah.
Right? You can be amazing at other clubs or whatever. You could be, but can you handle the pressure playing for Manchester United?
Yeah.
When you're that cold room, 70 odd thousand people like on Maguire telling him where to pass the ball today.
Yeah. You have
to be able to handle that shirt?
Yeah, of course.
Because it weighs heavy.
Yeah.
Can you handle the shirt and what it means? And there's a lot of players that can't.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they can't.
And I think for me, McTominay is that player. I think there's a couple in there that just can't handle
Maguire now is done because we're not playing low block football anymore where everybody's next to him. And see Juan Bissaka today, he wasn't as going up the pitch as much as when they went down to
manager, you know, the manager, he's very, very secure with Juan Bissaka. He knows what he's getting with him.
Yeah, but in terms of he didn't go up the pitch as much as he can, especially with Maguire on the yellow line. He had to stay tucked in. He had to stay with me because he might be 35, but William is lightning, bro.
You know, he's quick with the ball. He's quick with the ball. Do you not think, in terms of the obviously now international break coming up, so far happy with what's Ten Hag building? You think this is it now? Is it coming to the anticlimax?
That's what really hurts me. It emotionally destroys me. Because if this manager had depth in squad, I would not be sitting here moaning. I would not be talking about fatigue or whatever.
No.
Because I know that
he's working miracles. Listen,
it's not the
people can say 200 million spent, but he's actually doing miracles.
Listen, area Divisa, right? The area Divisa is not. He has to understand the Premier League games are like every game's a cup final.
Yeah.
Every game. Listen, Ajax dominate the ball. Ajax are one of the biggest clubs in the world, but in terms of in that country, it's the biggest football club in that country. They dominate the play. Everybody knows Ajax are coming to play. The players are a level of quality of the teams that you're playing against. Yeah. Here, you're playing bottom of the league. It is life and death. And you see now the rotations between who's 1 week or 2 weeks, who's the bottom three. Yeah. The next month, who's in the bottom three. It's crazy, right? So, to me, it's that if he had the squad depth quality, Saeed, I would not be. But he's, to me, like I said to you, miracle worker, magician. Yeah. I don't know what words to describe this man. You know what I mean? The only thing for me, Erik ten Hag, is that know who you're managing when you're playing the big teams. Don't ever embarrass us against Liverpool. And
by the way, that's one thing as well.
Don't ever do that.
I don't want to see more.
Listen, when we're losing 2-0, we're happy. Man United, listen, 3 results in a football game, win, lose or draw. I take it all day, right? But not that. Especially against our rivals. So the only message to Erik ten Hag is that you've been a genius, you're a magician, you are a miracle worker, but please know who you're managing. When we play the big rivals, when we're losing 2-0, for the next 10-15 minutes, shut up shop. We don't mind losing 3 or 4. 6 or 7, no effing way. We're not losing 6 or 7.
That's been for me the kind of more pointing to the head, man. That Liverpool loss, man. Yeah, I mean, hopefully he's learned his lessons. I'm not lying to you. I still think there's going to be another one. Not a 7-0, but I think there could be another battery because I just feel like there's still that tendencies in the squad that when it goes down ugly. But I just hope we don't see it. I hope this team can keep it up.
Saeed, for me, I think Man United by hook or crook, I don't know how you do it, get that FA Cup for me. Because then, I'm telling you now, every Liverpool fan and their nan is going to know that their greatest team in their history, with Erik ten Hag, for a 3rd season, he's equaled their greatest ever season, if you want to go on about it. Yeah. Like, they won a League Cup and an FA Cup last season.
There you go, exactly. So,
what about you? What's Erik ten Hag for you? What?
I think for me, it's been a good progress so far. I've liked the way this team has built the mentality in the squad.
Except for the big games.
The home games for me. Home games have been, for me, a breath of fresh air because that's where we're mostly at. If we can get away tickets, we can get it. But at home, we're there every week. So that has been a good thing that we've not lost one home game.
Yeah.
You see, when you look at it, it's actually quite incredible.
It's
one home defeat.
Let's see, so we're getting back.
Listen, you got 3 points. Here's your 3 points.
We were giving it like it was like rice cakes, mate. You know what? You know when you've got the when you've got that nice biscuits in the cupboard, and then you got people coming around and you like get the rice cake, out. Don't get the McVitie's.
Unlimited.
So he's like, yo, those McVitie's. I'm like, yo, those McVitie's.
I got the hot dogs too.
Man United were passing the points out like it was the McVitie's and the rice cakes.
Yeah, it's a free shop today. Everything's open.
Everybody was breaking records last season at O2.
Oh my God.
They've never won here, but now they've won here.
For me though, you know what's good about it though? At least we haven't seen the embarrassment at home. Like, you know what? Shout out to the away fans here. And by the way, there was a guy who I met last week. Shout out to him. Travelled all the way from Los Angeles to his first game.
Liverpool.
And it was a 7-0. Yeah, I mean, so
how's that going to leave that kid? How's that going to be?
I know. And then he came the week
following after. For life.
Then he came one full after. You see that Anthony Taylor, the 0-0, you know what I mean, the one in Southampton. So it's not been great, but at the same time, you know, when you look at this season though, is there a little bit of, I don't know, like this? If you look at the games we dropped, though, you know what I mean, disappointment. Crystal Palace, Newcastle at home.
We don't have Casemiro against Arsenal. We're holding out. We're getting a point there. We're getting a point there.
There's been disappointments in a good season. It's
crazy. Villa scars me. Villa scars.
But that was a manager
Anthony Taylor putting the wall back 15 yards.
Yeah.
Letting them take the free kick from five closer.
The Leeds at home was disappointing as well.
Oh man. But you know what? I'm not going to lie to Leeds at home. I like the fight back.
You like the 5 more. And also, we won the next
game. If we would have 5 more minutes, we would have won that game.
Yeah. We won the game following after.
Garnacho, my boy. Put some respect on his name, and now I just wish and pray that he recovers.
He was watching the game at home today, so hopefully, but he's out for a long time as well, man. He's one player that I think, you know what, we need that sort of player.
You know what, imagine today, like, it's 1-1 and he comes on, I don't think you guys understand, right? It's not that actual player, but it's what he does to the fans in the stadium. He's like almost like, you know when you get your charge in your phone? He electrifies the stadium when he comes on. When he's warming up, fans are singing, Viva Garnacho, Viva Garnacho, shooting towards the Stretford end. Everybody's like, oh, he's coming and he's coming. And then the fans know it, their team knows it, United are getting the ball to him, and then he's tried to affect the game. And for me, the breakout season, but Workhorse as well, like I said, today was his worst performance for Man United.
But he's been a revelation.
But he's been a revelation. Some of the stuff that he's been to.
He got a trophy as well.
And he's always available. Always.
And that's what they say though, your best ability is your availability. But listen, we've got a break now. What are you doing in your break? Are you relaxing? I'm going to Paris. But I've just checked the news and Paris is like flipping World War III. Listen, big up to anybody that's lives in Paris. But
if you know the geopolitical in it, I'm one of those. Marcon. There's strikes. There are massive protests. There's massive political unrest.
Just here about the holiday.
Political unrest. And guess where Saeed's going for a chill?
Someone went on Twitter. Anyone for a romantic trip? And by the way, I'm not going with the missus, but I'm just saying, you know, just to get out. You know what they're like. but I'm just saying, like. And I was like, yeah, you know what, man, what can I do here? But this is the only time we could do it. But I actually need a break, man.
Listen, it's been relentless. Like I said to you.
It's been relentless, man. Game after game. Honestly, you know what, I'm not going to lie to you. There's been games where I've been in the house thinking, can't be bothered going, you know. Like, generally, like, you know when you're that tired.
Because we've had, Man United, I don't think has ever had in their history this amount of cup ties at home.
That's another one as well.
So, forget the Europa League. But having the amount of games we've had at home every month, I think in the League Cup we had every
round at home, especially FA Cup as well.
And then FA Cup every round since except for the semi-final, and we're going to Wembley. Like, it's crazy. I don't remember. Honestly, somebody might be able to tell us when this last happened. But the amount of games, because people think that's like you just go to the game, you live in Manchester, half an hour away, you just go. No, It's about the prep. It's about what you're doing later. It's about the rest of your life.
100%. Listen, we love it, and don't get me wrong.
Trust me, we love it. But
now it's a big now step. We take this break. The players take their break. Hopefully, nobody gets injured.
I'm asking the universe. I'm asking God, please, just no injuries to the players in international break. Please.
Running for Southgate.
Listen, I want them rejuvenated. I want them energized. Because come on, players. Come on, Man United players. You've worked so hard, you've battled, you've sweat blood and tears to all give it away in the last 10-15 games. No. So if we get through to Brighton, there'll be 2 games to get to the final, right? 2 games, and then we are now in the quarters for the Europa League.
League.
So there's 3 more games in it. No. Oh, I forget. It's too tied, isn't it?
Too tied for the semis as well. You got 2 for the semi as well. Remember?
2 quarters, 2 semis.
2 semis. And then
so that's 5 games. So that's 5. So between the 2 cups now, Man United have got possible 5. We've got
7 then.
7 games, yeah. And then how many league games?
12. I think it's 12 league games.
So what we got? 7. If you get to both finals, right?
22 games after the season. Is it? Let me check.
Listen. That's if we get to the finals. That's if we get to finals, yeah?
Yeah.
And then 2 cups.
So it's about 19 games left of the season.
Listen, the players, please realise, sweat, blood and tears.
19 games a lot, you know.
You've done it all, guys. You've played in February. We won the law. We're Man United and we're never gonna score. Ole, ole, ole. Come on, United! Come on!
Come on, people. Listen, man. This has been a Straightjacket podcast. To literally midnight as we're filming this because I'm going to Paris tomorrow. So please, guys, like the video, man.
I'm telling you now, keep an eye on your TV screens, yeah? Saeed, listen, we. When you're there, if you hear any trouble within 200 yards of you, make sure, listen to me, you take the tube.
Straight back, yeah.
You take it to the other side of the city. Anytime you hear any commotion, because trust me, Saeed, the French police, all you need to do is check YouTube, people, with their dogs and batons and their like canisters, smoke things.
You could be taking
CS gas stuff. What they use is crazy. So Saeed,
stay safe.
Check out their arts. Check out their culture.
Night time.
That's it. Early doors. 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. I'm in the hotel.
You're in the hotel.
Ta-da. Summer.
That's what it is.
Guys,
listen, big up to everybody.
Big up to everybody locked in, man. Please like the video, people.
Yeah, man.
Check out United Real Therapy.
I'm big up to every one of you because it's been a ride. But listen, the United players, please rejuvenate, give it everything, swap blood and tears. Next season, hopefully, we'll have a better squad, bit more quality and a bit more strength and depth. But
let's hope, people, man. Make sure you guys watch this, man.
So are you going to do a vlog for the people in Paris?
Hopefully, I'll try, man. But like I said, man, I heard about the pickpockets as well. I'll be like, listen, phone's in there, mate. I'm going to make sure I put my phone in my pocket, man. But
be careful, Saeed.
Yeah,
listen, you know what? Too many narrow streets. I've been to Paris, mate. It's dodgy FC. They're little
dodgy FC.
You know what?
It can't be worse than Bruges, though.
All I said to Saeed is make sure where you're staying has got street lights.
Listen,
if you know.
Yeah.
If you know. Somebody explain to the rest of them. Saeed went to Bruges. It looks like he was somewhere in Timbuktu, mate. No street light, nothing. Trust me.
Not at all. But listen, people, we're going to be gone now. Like the video, subscribe to United Real Therapy, subscribe to Saeed TV.
I'll be live tomorrow with Tom.
There you
Talking
go,
about the takeover busting in Solo.
Let's takeover. It's like supposed man. Miguel Delaney got exposed today, so you need to watch that, mate. Your friend Miguel Delaney, mate, he got exposed today.
The thing about it, right?
No, but he said the Glazers are not bad owners.
Oh my God.
That's it. That's what you done now with it. There you go, then. So people,
Miguel Delaney, I respected you as one of the journalists who always called out the Glazers. But the way, because you're so blinded by your anti-Qatar that you've come out and literally spoke those words. You need somebody to check on you, mate. Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah,
because you know what? Marco Silva's head is gone. Mitrovic's head's gone.
Yeah.
William's head's gone. Miguel Delaney's head exploded.
Yep, facts. There you go, people. We're out, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.